Even with the alarm off, he couldn't use the back door without setting off the motion sensors. A window was his only option. But a window wouldn't do much good if he needed to make a quick re-entry. "Don't go out there, Dad." Corina tried to still the slight tremble in her voice. She hated sounding weak, but more than that, she knew it would only feed her dad's protective instincts. "I need to, Corina." "Why? So you can play hero?" She refused to cringe at the implication of her words or take them back. Her dad didn't play hero, and they both knew it. But she never understood why he was always adamant about investigating threats on his own. Almost as if he didn't trust the police to do their jobs. He didn't answer her, just started easing the window upward. He wasn't going to listen, so she said the first thing she could think of. "Fine, I'm going with you." Her wild shot hit its mark. Her dad stopped mid-motion and turned back to face her. Even in the near darkness, she could see the steel in his gaze. "No, you're not. Stay here and keep Houston close." Quiet finality rang in his words, but she lifted her chin in defiance, tamping the fear that threatened her control. "I'm not a child, and if you're going, so am I." "Corina, I know you're not a child, but I don't have time to argue with you. Stay here." He fixed her with a look that had once made hardened criminals sweat. She met it, matched it, and waited. The faint sound of a quickly approaching vehicle interrupted their glaring match and saved her further argument. The car stopped at their house, strobing lights announcing the police had arrived. Her dad frowned and brushed past her to let them inside. He wasn't happy, but he was safe. She'd stalled him long enough. Breathing a sigh of relief, Corina leaned back against the wall as red and blue lights bounced around her. She slipped her revolver into her pocket holster, then clasped her arms across her chest to hide the trembling in her hands. Buried memories surfaced, and she fought a wave of nausea. Not now. She clenched her fists and forced herself to focus on the present until the feeling subsided. She'd dwell on the past another day. Maybe. Bryce Jessup's hand stilled in the middle of his 53rd rep. Police lights flashed outside his front window, and they weren't just passing by. Not normal for sleepy Kincaid, Kentucky, especially at 4 a.m. He lowered the barbell to its resting place and removed the headphones pumping upbeat music into his ears. He tossed a towel around his neck before moving to peer outside. His heart skipped a beat at the sight of a cruiser parked across the street. Corina doesn't live there anymore, he reminded himself. His sister had assured him of that. Her father hadn't moved, though. Concern for the overly private man prompted him to step outside. He ignored the mid-40s temps and focused on the 2 officers from the local PD standing on the Roberts' porch. With their backs to him, he couldn't identify them. Truth was, he might not know them anyway. It had been several years since he'd spent more than a week or 2 in his hometown. Change in a small town might be stilted, but it was still inevitable. Will Roberts stepped into view, leaving the door open behind him. Okay, so he was safe. Bryce held his breath, trying to hear the low voices, but he was too far away. A flash of fur caught his eye as a familiar, though now fully grown German shepherd pushed around Will to investigate the officers and the mess littered about the porch. A mess Bryce hadn't noticed until now. He eyed the upturned trash can. "Houston, inside." The command came from somewhere behind Will. The feminine voice was one Bryce knew all too well. His gaze settled on a shadow in the darkened doorway. His jaw tensed. So Corina was there after all. Why would Allie tell him she'd moved if she hadn't?